This week's top Disney news stories include pieces on big Disney layoffs, Miss Marvel casting news, drama between Disneyland and the state of California, and big new Lion King news, among other pieces. And I'll have what's new on Disney Plus, so stay tuned and I'll break it all down. Well, hello there. My name's Jeremy and welcome back to Freeform Disney, where I talk about all aspects of Disney, from the animated movies to the theme parks to Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar, and the TV shows, and everything else in between. And that is why it's Freeform. And keep coming back every day for new daily content. If you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now it's that time of the week once more, or a little past it I suppose, so on to this week's biggest Disney news stories. Now, this is a little later than usual, and my apologies for that. Try to get everything back on track here a little bit, but for now, let's dive right on in. So the biggest Disney news story of the past week was Disney laying off 28,000 employees. Or at least announcing that they're going to, because it's going to take some time for all of those layoffs to fully trickle out. Point being is those calls have started, and they will be making them. Now, this was announced back on Tuesday, September 29th, and apparently 67% of those people being laid off are part-time, and this is clearly huge, and my heart goes out to everyone who is getting a call or dreading waiting for a call, and yeah, my best wishes to you. Hopefully you and yours find a way through this and are okay. Related to that, we found out some of the groups that are no longer going to exist in Disney after that. So the Disney Society Orchestra, which used to be known for most of its time as the Grand Floridian Society Orchestra, the name only actually just changed recently this year after they came back from furlough and were moved over to Hollywood Studios. But they'd been around for 32 years over at the Grand Floridian, and their final performances were just on Saturday, October 3rd. They're done, they're gone, but you can find some YouTube videos up of them and that final performance if you want. So that's one casualty of this. Yeehaw Bob is also another casualty who has been at Walt Disney World for 23 years performing. And we also have found out that it looks probable that the Disney minivan service is gone because it looks like most of the crew has been laid off, and there are plentiful rumors that it has been discontinued. So there's another section that's going away. Now, I'm sure there are other groups we haven't heard of yet, and even regardless of all that, remember this is 28,000 people. That is a lot of people. It's a hard number to wrap your head around as to how many people that is that are losing their jobs. So that's certainly the big news of the week. Moving right along, our next story is going to go ahead and bring us to a whole bunch of theme park news. So first off, over at Tokyo Disneyland, as I announced previously a couple weeks ago, they have gone ahead and opened up their biggest expansion to the park a week ago on Monday, September 28th. So that was the Beauty and the Beast Miniland with the Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast attraction, shops, restaurants. Also, the Happy Ride with Baymax and the Big Pop over in Tomorrowland, and a mini-style studio over in Toontown. All of that is open now and doing great over in Tokyo Disneyland. Over in California, there is a lot of drama going on between Disneyland and the state of California. So for a while, Disney has been complaining about California taking so long with their guidelines for the theme park reopening. Now, they're not the only ones. SeaWorld, Universal, Knott's Berry Farm are also included in that as well. Well, they finally looked like it was getting close to getting some guidelines, because it looked like the draft guidelines were about to come out. But then there's new controversy, because then they all start complaining about the draft guidelines back on Thursday. So that includes the California Attractions and Parks Association, which represents a whole bunch of those different theme parks, and who were all saying at that point that they're asking for the governor not to finalize the guidance for the amusement parks. So clearly they didn't like them. And also on the same day, it got announced that Chairman and former CEO Bob Iger left California Governor Newsom's COVID-19 Economic Task Force. So lots of controversy going on there. And Friday we found out that, guess what, the guidelines are going to get pushed back to seek additional input. So who knows exactly what's going on over there? Looks like the government and the theme parks are getting to have tons of fun arguing about what should actually be happening on reopening and what shouldn't be happening. We'll see what we see when we see it, and that's about all there is to that. Moving right along, let's talk about some Marvel news. First up, Miss Marvel, we now know who she is. It's going to be Iman Vellani. Now, she's relatively new, hasn't done a whole lot yet, Canadian, and she will be coming in and playing the Pakistani-American teenager who is the first Muslim superhero to have ever had their own comic in the Marvel Universe. So, pretty cool stuff. Exciting right there. Getting closer to that show coming out. In other Marvel news, we actually just found out some big news on the upcoming Spider-Man movie. So we now know that Jamie Foxx is apparently in final talks to play the villain Electro. He went ahead and posted up a post in there about it as well. Also said he would not be blue in it, unlike he was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because that's the other interesting thing here is Jamie Foxx has been in Spider-Man before, not in the MCU, but in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, he played Electro opposite Andrew Garfield, who was playing Spider-Man at the time. How very, very interesting that is. It's an interesting world sometimes. Elsewhere in the MCU, Benedict Cumberbatch announced that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is expected to start filming here in late October or in November. So that looks like we're potentially still on schedule for release in March 25th, 2022, so we'll see what happens. And one last piece of MCU news is about that WandaVision trailer. That WandaVision trailer received a ton of views. 53 million in the 24 hours after it was released. Now, to comment how big that is, Black Widow got 18.7 million. Infinity War got 30.9. But WandaVision got 53 million views in the 24 hours. People are starved for MCU content, that is for sure. It has been over a year since we have had anything new in the MCU. It was always going to be a long gap after the end of Phase 3, but it was never going to be this long. And heck, we had 4 new themes coming this year at one point. 2 new shows, 2 new movies, and now the only new theme will be WandaVision in December. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of news we get on how many people tune in to WandaVision. Now it's on Disney Plus, so it'll be tricky to find out exactly how many do, but we'll get some info out of it. Looks like it'll be big, that's for sure. Moving over to a big, quick Star Wars news. Star Wars Squadrons has officially launched back Friday, October 2nd. So it's available off on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and heck, it's even fully playable in virtual reality, apparently. And also the soundtrack is up and available, and hey, a bunch of shirts if you're so inclined for that matter. I'm sure there'll be more merchandise around too. I'd be surprised if there's not. Everything I've heard is that it is an amazing game, and I'd love to go play it myself. Yeah, definitely would. And hey, if you haven't watched that cool Star Wars short that came out in the Star Wars Squadrons universe, shall we say, go ahead and check that out. It's a really nice short. Moving over to some Disney Plus news, 2 quick pieces here. First off, Marvel 616, the new docuseries on Marvel, released a new trailer just recently, and it's clearly stated that all of its episodes will be available on November 20th up on Disney Plus. No slow drip of episodes there. They'll all be available at one point. And it sounds like a really cool docuseries. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. The other Disney Plus news is that the Group Watch feature for Disney Plus has been expanded to include the United States now. This is the feature that lets you and 6 other people with Disney Plus watch the same show or movie at the same time in a virtual watch party. Now it's expected to keep rolling out to the rest of the world over the upcoming months. Over in Pixar news, the movie Soul, which is currently still set to come out to theaters on November 20th, will have the Spark short Burrow come out before it. It looks pretty neat. Look at the little rabbit there. We've got some other animals higher up. Pixar often has some really good shorts, so here's hoping this is another one. And in other movie news, the next live-action Lion King movie has been confirmed. Now, that's not a surprise we're getting one, because the last one made over $1.5 billion worldwide. And the news today, though, is that we not only know that it's happening, but we have a director attached too. Now this is Barry Jenkins, the director of Moonlight, award-winning director of Moonlight we should say, well-deserving, and he will be directing this upcoming Lion King movie. Now we don't know the release date or the plot of the upcoming movie, but there's been a lot of rumor that it will explore a potential origin story for Mufasa. Whether it'll be set in the future or in the past, don't know for sure. Lots of rumors out there. And one last little piece of news, a completely different Disney news piece, is about the D23 Expo. Disney's D23 Expo happens every other year, and the next one was set to be in 2021, but Disney has now delayed that to 2022. So it'll now take place September 9th through the 11th, 2022, over at the Anaheim Convention Center. And that's it for all of that spread of news right there. So now it is on to what is new on Disney+. So Friday, October 2nd saw a few new titles added to Disney+. Not the biggest, but we definitely added a few new things. So the highlights there for me include the second episode of The Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom, which was Happy Birthday to Gino the Gorilla was the title of that one, and we got to see a few other animals too. Heck, I did a video on it, so you can check that out if you're interested. And then we had the Zenimation Extended Edition put up. Now this is just everything back to back. I'm not convinced there's anything new in there. If anybody knows differently, feel free to let me know down below. But it's still cool to have one big long piece of it back to back to back if you're so inclined. For older shows, we just added season 31 of The Simpsons up onto Disney+, so last season is now up. And for old movies, we added a few. Maleficent actually got added on the 1st of October. All about contracts and when they could put it up, right? Then Beverly Hills Chihuahua was added in there, which I've never seen, probably never will, to be honest. And then Mr. Holland's Opus was also added, which is a good movie. Been a long time since I've seen that one, though. And then from National Geographic, we always seem to have something new that gets added there. This one was Secrets of the Zoo Down Under. So a whole season worth of episodes there to go watch. And as always, One Day at Disney has a new episode. This time it looks at Pablo Tufino, who is a ride show technician. I love the One Day at Disney show. I do, and I expect that to keep going and going and going. I do have this side little question of how many of them may have lost their jobs, given the 28,000 people being laid off. And that's a rather different matter right there. Ugh. Again, heart goes out to everyone who has lost their jobs recently. So yeah, that's the news for this week. What do you think about the big Disney layoffs? Are you somebody who was laid off? Do you know people who were? And on brighter, happier news, are you more excited about Miss Marvel and the next Lion King movie now that we have people attached to them? Let me know down below in the comments. And thank you so much for watching this channel and the videos I put out. If you like this one, go ahead and help it out by giving it a like and a share. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll be back again tomorrow with another new video for Freeform Disney. Have a magical day, and may the Force be with you. Always.